Johnny Bones Jones is back. He'll look to pick up where he left off.
Man, it feels so great to be back home in the UFC. This is my comfort zone. This is what I've been doing since age like 22 years old. You know, got a lot of skin in the game, and I feel alive. I feel extremely alive. I'm very grateful, more grateful than ever to be here with the UFC. I miss the UFC tremendously. I missed everything about it. I missed the weight cut. I missed the pre-fight nerves, the fans, both negative and positive, the adrenaline, just this fight feel. You know, it's a great feeling.
Well, you're fighting in LA, not Las Vegas.
The California move, it's been frustrating to everybody involved, the staff, the fans, myself, the other fighters on the card. But you know, life isn't always going to flow. You know, you got to be able to improvise in life. You got to be able to keep moving forward. And for me as a fighter, you know, I just look at it as a battlefield. You know, the battlefields are constantly changing. The weather conditions are constantly changing, and you got to be able to stay focused and fight through it all. And so I'm actually grateful for a little bit of a test before the test. I've had a lot of turmoil and misfortune in my career, and it's caused me to have some time off. And I do believe that it's prolonged my career. You know, in my time off, I do a lot of skill training. It's allowed me to just preserve myself. I feel like I have a lot more to prove. You know, there's now an asterisk next to my achievements, and that's just not right. I'm excited to move forward in the future, competing without any question, and being just as dominant, if not more dominant, as I mature.
Unbelievable! What a fight! That might be the greatest title fight in the history of the light heavyweight division.
I always knew that the Alexander Gustafsson fight was going to happen again. The first fight was just too good for it not to happen. That's one thing about the UFC, unlike a lot of other organizations. We always give the fans what they want, and so I'm grateful to have such a highly anticipated fight. I think Alexander's changed a lot. You know, I think his experience level has grown tremendously since the last time we fought, and he's also been gone for a year and a half. And you know, I believe he's been working. So I'm excited to see his changes and make mid-fight adjustments and ultimately come out on top. I believe I have some mental advantages over Alexander. He'd never admit that. He actually does a good job of hiding the fact that I am in his head, but I know I have to be. You know, I'm an undefeated fighter, and he keeps saying this is the biggest fight of his life, and I think that's actually going to work against him. It's not good to have something mean the world to you. It allows a lot of fighters to have too much anxiety. It allows fighters to overthink the whole situation. At the end of the day, for me, it's another day at work. This is what I've been doing since I was 12 years old, is competing against other men, hand-to-hand combat, whether it's in wrestling or whatnot. I've changed a lot. I think I've matured a lot, you know. I think the sport means a lot more to me than it used to. I think I don't take it for granted the way I used to. More serious in my off season, taking better care of my body in my off season, developing new skills in my off season. I believe I've built a bigger and stronger team than I've ever had, and you know, there's strength in the people you surround yourself with, and I believe I got the right team.
And again, the new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world.
Man, I want my championship back so bad. I mean, I really identify with being a world champion, and without it, to be honest, there's an emptiness there. So Saturday, I get a chance to get my life back. On Saturday night, I'm not really sure how the fight's going to be finished, but I do believe I'll be the one finishing the fight for sure. Whether that is hitting them with a big punch, a big kick, or a submission, I'm ready for all three.